Right? Are you good? Okay. Would everybody please rise and join me for the Pledge of Allegiance? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Welcome to the December 8th Planning Board Workshop. Tonight is a workshop, so it'll be a little more casual than our normal meetings. But if in case of an emergency or a fire, please exit through the doors to my right or the audience's left. Do not use the elevator and head out to the parking lot and just wait for the fire department to arrive. The cases will be called in the order in which they are presented to us. And tonight we just have one sketch plan. Do you want me to go ahead and call it? Or do you want to go ahead and do it? I'll let you do it. Okay. Kate, thanks.
I'm not sure. Oh, it's on. Okay. Our case for tonight is case number PB 2025-12-01, request by HSB Architects and Engineers, acting as agent for Key Bank for sketch plan conference for the proposed construction of a 3,500 square foot freestanding building to include a drive-through auto teller lane and 24-hour drive-through ATM and other associated site amenities on premises 1765 East Ridge Road in the East Road Plan Development District.
Gentlemen, if you'd like to come up a little closer so we can talk. Just state your name and your address, your business address for the record. And you can use the podium there.
My name is Ben Gingrich from HSB Architects. My address is 1250 Old River Road, Cleveland, Ohio.
Scott Wallenhorst with KeyBank, address 4900 Tiedemann Road, Cleveland, Ohio.
Thank you. I guess just give us the overall 30,000 square foot or picture here.
Yeah, the overview is there is an existing out parcel of Aldi here that's never been developed. It's set up really nicely for a freestanding building such as ours. We've really tried to adhere to some of the ordinances, such as having street-facing buildings. So we've positioned our building to have good pedestrian access, be street-facing. We've studied a lot of the circulation around the building to try to make sure we've got good vehicular flow, good crosswalks. The bank itself is, as you mentioned, 3,500 square feet, but we try to use high-quality materials. We've got masonry on there, some red panels, and some stucco board panels as well. So try to use high-quality materials. We have a bike rack, and just generally try to be amenable to both vehicular and pedestrian orientations. That's really it. What I'm really curious on is if there's any sort of comments. Some of the Ridge Road Plan Development District requirements we've read through. We want to make sure we're seeing it as the board is seeing it and understand all those requirements.
Wonderful. Does anybody have any questions to start off with? I think probably we're going to want to look at traffic flow too on this.
Okay.
But go ahead.
I think overall it looks good. I think the only thing that is jumping to my attention is the pedestrian access. I see that you have it delineated in the front of the building directly from the street, which makes sense. But I'm hesitant to have pedestrians coming out from in between two parked cars. Could impact sight lines. Looks like they've got them kind of coming through these parking spaces in the front. I'm wondering if there could be some other options which are still relatively direct to the sidewalk, but ensuring that the pedestrian is totally visible for the entire walk from the sidewalk to the building. I'm wondering if maybe shifting it to the right and then having them cross the drive-through lane and then going out to the street might work. I realize going across the drive lane isn't really ideal either, but there's not really any way around getting through this vehicular traffic pattern in the front of the building. But at least that would keep visibility available for the pedestrian through the entire route. The other thing that we have asked for often is that when pedestrian access is going through pavement, that the material changes to either like a stamped and dyed asphalt or concrete. That would help, especially if it does wind up going across the drive-through area.
Okay. So if I address that by making like a curbed island for where the crosswalk goes between the parked cars, if I made some kind of curbed island there, or even there's a area kind of to the east of there that could be turned into a curbed island, if I did something like that, I feel like that would kind of address what you're.
Yeah, that would ensure
Thank you.
that nobody parks incorrectly there
Yeah.
and blocks that. It, keeps them in a dedicated space.
Okay.
And then the area that goes between that curved island and the building could be like concrete or something like
Yeah,
that.
yeah. Okay, we can address that. That's pretty reasonable.
Okay.
Appreciate that.
Can you talk to me about ingress and egress?
Yeah, so we looked at the existing traffic patterns on the shopping center, and we lined up the east drive going into the drive-through with the existing drive lane. So we wanted to make sure, as we were kind of harnessing the corner of this site, that we were mindful of kind of the existing traffic patterns here. So that is a one-way drive lane that goes around the building. We've made sure to give a lot of extra room at the end of it for a bypass, so if vehicles are lined up, they can go around easily. And then to the north here, we've continued the traffic flow that's currently coming out of the Aldi parking lot straight into ours. So really, it's a completely an extension of the existing traffic flow, trying to maintain that and have sort of areas of traffic be very clear.
So they'll either go in and out of Arrow Drive or Tyam Drive?
I'm sorry, on the street side?
There's no,
Oh, let me go to the larger plan. 1 second.
yeah, you're not proposing anything out onto Ridge Road? is
No,
what I'm
we're
asking.
we're completely inside of the existing, you're right. Tyam Drive to the west and Arrow Drive to the east. We're in the existing Aldi shopping center, and I believe this was always planned to be a future out parcel.
The parcel that you're proposing to build, yeah, that was
Yes.
proposed to us as a restaurant, but that's all right.
Oh, yeah. Well, I'll tell you why. They usually do restaurants because it has the worst traffic flow. So they always pick worst case when they do developments like that. And a bank is way better for traffic flow.
Are you guys only going to have one ATM drive-through then?
Correct. One ATM and one drive-through auto teller. So that's like the vacuum tube.
Okay.
There is a night drop as well, but that's just right next to the ATM.
That's
And-
in the inside lane?
Yeah, on the lane adjacent to the branch. On the floor plan, you can even see where the machines are.
And there won't be any remote ATM or
No.
No.
for drive-through? Okay. And you want customers to be able to walk in like they can to every other financial institution?
Of course, yeah.
And then, do you know what, you said masonry, is that gonna be, is that when you say masonry?
So it's a cast stone product for the base of the building. And then above that, we have some board siding, so it's like a Nichiha product, so it's a fiber cement. So all really durable materials. We don't have any drive-it on the building.
And the west elevation, I'm sure it's somewhere in here. Is it gonna have windows, or is it, yeah, it is, all right, I see, got it.
Sorry. West elevation, yes.
since we're on the topic of the west elevation, you know, it looks like, you know, you got the two sets of windows with the canopy, and then you have that, you know, we'll call it a blank space, which looks like it's gonna be electronics, stuff like that. You know, any way you could do maybe like faux windows in that and another canopy just to have it kind of going across, you know, the whole frontage, just to break it up some more? Because, you know, your western elevation's probably gonna have some of your most visibility for traffic coming that way.
It's possible. I would argue that that side of the building, if you really look at our most prominent elevation, it's this, we call it this entrance portal. And we really harness a lot of glazing there. So I would argue this is one of the, you know, the side that directly faces the street, the north elevation. We have about as much glass as anybody could ever put on the front of a building. So it's possible to put fake windows. I'm not a huge fan of the fake windows. I feel like we pretty well addressed the street. The other option was to address the shopping center, and we did away with that. We had an early scheme to face the shopping center, right, for convenience of customers. We decided the pedestrian route was the way to go.
Well, if you could at least look into it, because, you know, this building's gonna sit further, you know, up toward the road than Aldi, so, you know, when people are coming westbound on eastbound on East Ridge Road, you know, that's gonna be the side that they're gonna see first.
Okay, appreciate the feedback. Thank
And
you.
then just one item on the architectural, you know, the Aldi's has some existing, I can't remember if it's masonry or brick, like in the brownish color, and then like the Applebee's further to the west
Okay.
has some brick. If you could maybe just work that in, just so you have some, you know, continuity across the frontage.
Okay.
It could be even on your watermark area, water line. The dumpster
Yeah, is that what that is?
Yes, sir.
on the south part of the property, or southwest part,
Yes.
that square. Do you need a dumpster?
We typically like to have, it's not even always a dumpster, sometimes it's just a trash can inside, but they typically like to have a outdoor trash area. It's a requirement for our facilities.
Operationally, it works best to have something like that, otherwise they'd have to have somebody continuously coming to pull the trash out, so having it in an enclosure outside the branch makes it operationally a lot better.
We're gonna look for that in split block.
Yes, sir. Yeah, we were planning for that to be the same product as we were wrapping the building in.
Okay,
So that was going to be a cast stone style product on the face and the inside. And we have a heavy duty steel gate that is clad in some, it's not Tyvek, but it's some kind of composite board that is very durable. We have these that 10 years down the road still look pretty good.
and signage, I see some of it on the building, I'm assuming that just, I could see that in Cleveland or Shaker Heights or,
Yeah, so,
Rochester
the
place, right?
signage we've got on, 1 second, too many sheets. We do have it currently on 4 faces of the building. So we do currently have it on the portal side on the north, on the west elevation. Then on the other side, on the east, we have it along there, and on the tower on the south elevation. We haven't I would love to understand more about kind of signage requirements and if we're within those. You tell us.
my guess is you're probably within the requirements. The board has not loved signs on every piece of the building.
Okay.
If you find one that you can live without, we'll probably like you better. And also, how about the marquee sign or whatever you guys are doing against Ridge Road, I would imagine?
So
Are you gonna incorporate that
that's
with
one
the
thing
Aldi's?
Aldi's
I'm not
has the spot
certain on
under
yet
it.
if we're going on the shopping center marquee sign. I
On
think
the Aldi sign?
Yes.
Yeah.
I
They
think
left
we
the
likely
space.
are.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
there's a
think we
spot.
likely are going on that.
Okay. Because I see that there's a square on here.
Yeah.
Like on the,
And I think that that's the
Northeast
Aldi
part.
marquee, yeah.
Yeah.
all right.
And they left an open space at the base of it. Small.
Anybody else have any other questions?
Is there any landscaping on the property, or is it all kind of off?
It's all existing.
There will be landscaping. On the sketch plan version of this, we didn't do that yet. Well, we usually have really nice landscape beds around all sides of the building, so we'll plan for that.
And we'll see,
Sure.
want to see a lighting plan also with that.
Of course. Is there anything in particular you look for in a landscape plan that we should be talking to our landscape designers in advance?
You'll want to use the town landscaping guidelines.
Okay.
Which are available
Guidelines for
on the
plans,
website.
yeah.
Usually we prefer a shade tree versus ornamentals.
Okay.
To that end, if, John was talking about the western face of this building. If I hear what you're saying about fake windows, perhaps in that area might be an opportunity for landscaping or a trellis or something on that side of the building that
That's
would
smart.
fill out that void, but not have to use something fake.
Right.
That's great. And we have a local, we're actually out of Rochester, local landscape designer who's working with us on this. So I think they're pretty familiar with your standards. We'll really look to emphasize good tree coverage.
The curbing around the building, especially on the east side with the drive-through, would that be a more prominent, maybe a 6-inch curb?
They're all 6-inch curbs.
They are, okay.
Yeah.
Because that'll be, everybody's gonna be trying to cut that corner.
Yeah, right. Yeah, so all 6-inch curbs. We will, on the next version of the plan, we'll detail out where we anticipate snow storage, all those details
Yeah.
that we need to work through.
Anybody else have anything? What kind of a timeline are you looking at?
We'd like to submit, I think January 12th is your next deadline for the February meeting. Is that correct?
Yes.
Sounds right.
So we'd like to submit for that, for our preliminary.
Definitely check with staff, even though I said yes.
You certainly will. Michelle's been great. So we'll check with staff, but that's our anticipated submission. And, what I'm not clear on is if you're in that month's, the February meeting, it's already past the deadline for the March meeting. So do you just roll into the next meeting? This is maybe a question for Michelle.
The February workshop, just like we're doing a workshop tonight,
Yes.
would normally be followed 2 weeks later by the meeting itself, which is a public hearing. And if it needs to continue because we can't come to an agreement on anything or just one item,
Right.
you can usually pass by. But if it's more than 3 or 4, we're probably going to extend it a little bit longer, just because it's helpful to you.
Of course.
But you should, I'm not saying it will be done in February, but if you submit by the February deadline, you'll get to talk to us again at the workshop and then have a public hearing.
Of course.
And at the public hearing, we might resolve the issue at that point, but I wouldn't say that I'm going to guarantee it.
My question was more so, as I understand it, we have a preliminary and final submission. So if we submitted for our preliminary for the February meeting, do we roll right into March for our final meeting?
Sometimes we will do preliminary and final all at once if everything is there, if it's
that's
all
ideal.
gelled.
That's what we'll do.
There are times, though, that if you need something that we need to give you a preliminary for, we can go ahead and do that and continue our conversation
Okay.
into the next meeting or
It's
whatever.
definitely our preference to do preliminary and final together, but you gotta really be locked up.
Okay. All right, well, I appreciate your feedback. This is helpful in getting it right. So I really do appreciate
Yeah.
that.
The faster we see it, the more time you have to fix it.
Yeah, we plan on making the submittal as soon as possible. Is there anything that you see here that would not, I mean, obviously, there's more details to come into all of this. Anything that would preclude us from not being able to do preliminary and final together? Do you see?
You're not submitting on time.
Correct. Okay.
That would be, I mean, you just
It's,
fill in some of
There's
the
a lot.
gaps that
I
we
think it's
had.
hard to say until we see the submission.
Right, I
Yeah.
understand. Yeah. We're just
John-
not hearing any major red flags
No.
here tonight.
No.
I mean,
No,
that's
everything
good.
you went through.
Everything you're
really-
prepared, lighting,
Yeah.
landscape,
That's,
traffic flow, ideas, and then,
okay.
I've heard traffic flow mentioned several times.
I mean, you have the arrows on here.
Yeah,
If
we're
there
We're
are
just
any
talking about
s-
visually showing, you're not talking about traffic studies or anything.
No.
No,
Okay,
no, I
Wouldn't
don't
need a
think you'll
study.
have that big of an impact.
okay.
The breakout lane is a nice addition. Some of our drive-throughs don't have that, so that's a nice spacing area. I don't love the dumpster location myself. I don't know if there's a way to get it further to the east or not. It just seems like it's
It's possible.
right tight against the flow that's coming in
Yeah.
from the Arrow Drive.
Typically, like, we like to do it so you could,
Drive up to it, but
Yeah.
it's kind of even cut by the curb there a little. There's no great location on there for it per se, unless it was
Might be a great
at the
place for-
southeast corner for toters.
I could put it on the north horn of that drive lane, if that would get it a little further away.
Security as well for the staff. The closer
Yeah.
to the building, the better. But
Or how about even moving it east?
that's what I mean. The whole east that's your light drawn line coming right off of it. That's all going to be grass area. I'm assuming. Is that what that line's showing? South of,
The south part of the site, that would just be grass, yeah.
yeah,
There might be some amount of oh no, we actually have the shopping center retention to our south.
yeah.
So we're set.
That's already there.
Yeah.
We could, yeah.
Grass there is good, and obviously anything green and landscaped is beautiful. But if we could
possible movement,
maybe
so.
get a little bit of it off, just so it's not. Because what if the gate did open on accident? Now you're right in the drive lane.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's tucked up pretty tight. So
Depending on how big of an enclosure, you could maybe fit it in kind of in the drive-through where it starts making that curve to go north.
That's what we just were looking at.
Oh, yeah, even over here, you think? In the back corner?
that would be the straight drive.
Might not be
Yeah.
Yeah, that definitely would be a straight
Shave off
drive.
Shave off some
Weird thing
curvy
is,
here.
this is the property line, but this is the right of way, way over here,
Keeping it over here too.
This
visually, yeah.
parking lot island where near the transformer,
Yes.
is that simply striped or is it curbed?
We'd curb around it.
Okay. And then
There is an existing transformer. We just got our final surveys in, and so that area might reconfigure a little bit.
sure.
But there's a transformer that serves all of Aldi that we don't want to touch.
Okay.
So we'll be finding some way to curb around it.
And then the
landscape.
area that drops to the, I suppose that would be the south, will be curbed as well. And I would assume when you come back with landscaping, you'll have something or other in there.
Yeah, all of our plans would have curbing around them and then
Okay.
landscaping.
I think that's helpful, not only from an aesthetic viewpoint, but also, keeping what green space we can have, and also ensuring that drivers are using that parking lot appropriately. If that island's not there and there aren't cars there, they'll
Yeah.
just shoot across.
Of course.
It sounds like a silly question, but you guys have electricity that you can tap into?
Yes, I haven't gone that far yet.
Okay.
We have electricity. We're pulling a new service to the site.
Irondequoit
There's
doesn't
nothing
seem to
on
be
that-
having a problem with it. There are other towns that are having a problem
really?
with electricity,
Okay.
yeah.
There's nothing on that transformer for us to tap. We'd be pulling
Yeah.
a brand-new electrical service.
Yeah, okay.
I think they stubbed water and sewer into that during.
Yeah,
all
that
these
sounds
bids, yeah.
right. And we were pulling a new electric, I believe.
Yeah. Is the southwest employee-only entrance, is that what that door is?
No, it's actually emergency egress only.
Oh, okay, so everybody comes through the front on the north?
Everybody procedurally has to come through the front door. That rear door actually would be, from an egress standpoint, or
Only.
when we would be, taking out the trash and stuff like that. So keeping it kind of, when we were sketching, talking about keeping it close in that proximity, right in that line of somebody can just go out, dump it, and then come back in.
Well, I appreciate this,
Yeah.
the door being on Ridge Road also, so thank you. Anybody else have anything? Gentlemen, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Have a
for your
nice
time.
holiday.
Thank you, you too.
What I'd like to do is go ahead, we have some minutes that are outstanding for approval. And without objection, I would just like to do them by month. And if you were present for the meeting and able to vote, we'll make any changes you need, anybody is found. But I would like to go ahead and make a motion to approve the January 27th meeting without any changes.
Can you say who was present?
The chair was present. Pardon?
Who wasn't?
Who wasn't present?
I suppose that's gonna be harder
This
for him
room.
because.
No. Brad was not present.
Oh, okay, great.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Any objections? I'd like to go ahead and propose that we approve the February
I'm gonna
24th.
abstain.
Great. Brad's an abstention. The February 24th, Brad was also not there at that meeting. All the rest of the folks were there except for the chair. All those in favor say aye.
I'm gonna abstain.
The March 24th meeting, everyone was present except for Brad.
I'm gonna abstain. I'm the alternate, so it's not a bad
Yeah.
thing that I wasn't here.
That's
Just
fine.
for anyone watching.
The April 28th meeting,
Do you want to vote on March?
Aye.
I'm
Yeah.
sorry. March meeting, all those in favor?
Aye.
April 28th meeting, Brad as alternate was not here. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Abstain.
The May 19th meeting, everyone except for John was here. All those in favor, say aye.
Aye.
And John, you'll abstain. The June 23rd meeting, everyone was here except for Brad
Nope, I wasn't.
and Nate, sorry. No, it has you on here.
That's a mistake then.
June 23rd, okay. That's a
It's
correction.
traveling.
Bless you. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
I abstain.
The August 25th meeting, everyone was here, including Brad, except for, I don't have you on this meeting.
Yeah, I wasn't. I was traveling
Okay.
that one as well.
So Nate is also not there. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
I abstain.
That takes care of those minutes. I want to say, have a great holiday, everybody, and thank you. I will adjourn this workshop. Thank you, Kate.